Hello there, I've had some problems with redbacks, and if you've been watching my videos, you would have seen that I've pulled out all these redbacks out of some toys from the backyard. Some were killed by fire, some were basically flushed out of the toys, and I want to show you the date. This is important on this video. The date is, okay, there it is there, the 14th of October. I'm telling you the date because 13th of October was the day when I basically flushed the spiders out and counted them. It was the 12th of October was the day when I burnt those guys to a crispy critter, and it was the night before that when the horrors started to unfold. Warning, this video contains extremely graphic images of what lies inside a spider egg sac. If you have any trouble at all looking at hundreds of small deadly spiders, this video is not for you. Many of the spiders in this jar were alive yesterday, or should I say last night, when I finished that video off where we took a look at the ones which were flushed out. I don't know who's alive at the moment. I think there's been some deaths. Mind you, those spiders may just be asleep at the moment because it's been a very, very cold night. We are in spring in Australia. I think, here, look at that, they're rustling alive again. The ones which were alive last night, it looks like they are still alive, and they look actually very well. Mind you, my little cricket mates there aren't looking that healthy now. Now the focus of this video, it's very simple. It's going to be the redback spider egg sac right there. I'm curious about what's inside. The boys and girls in the jar, I still haven't decided how to deal with those spiders yet, so I'm just going to put them aside. Before my bizarre operation starts here, I'm going to sterilise my table here. If something alive does come out, I don't want to infect it with what's on the table. I'm going to use a nice fresh scalpel knife because I know the egg sac's going to be hard to open. Something nice about surgical gear, it's hard to explain. There's just something about it. Okay, there's a fresh knife. I'm not sure whether you look through surgical supply books or things online, there are some very, very strange things that is used in the medical fraternity. Some very interesting things, some very good things. Well, if you see the surgical gloves, you know it's going to be one of those wacko videos from me. I have done a spider egg sac before. I believe it was a Huntsman spider egg sac. And it feels like it was actually a long time ago when I did that. It's going to be great to do another egg sac. Okay, before I start putting a knife into this egg sac, I think it's really important to get your head around scale. Of course, that's the egg sac. That is one hopefully dead redback spider. It isn't the spider that was found in the area where I found the egg sac. I'm just going to put a ruler here to show you the size. 10 millimeters, that's 1 centimeter metric. Okay, if I flip around to imperial, that most people probably understand, you're looking at something that's just shy of ½ an inch. So considering the size of the egg sac here, the spider is actually a little bit smaller than it. In fact, I saw a pregnant redback down at my mum's place, had a massive back on it. This thing's getting a bit leaky, it's all sticky. Maybe I'll get rid of the spider, if it's possible, without making a big mess here. Oh, it's going to stick to the egg sac, isn't it? Even though it's dead, it's wanting to cling on to the young. And we'll get into the egg sac. Okay, just remember the egg sac was in water for a day, because I flushed the spiders out. It's very sticky. I don't know whether that's stuff that the spider leaked, but there was a great big sort of webby tendril off this as well. That must have been like the puppet string the spider used. There's an indentation on one side. I don't know whether I can get around to the indentation side. It's outside there. It's like the dark side of the moon. Okay, I don't know if you can see that there. It's on the other side. But I'll try and grab it, and I'll just try and cut into this, because I know this is actually going to be very tough to cut. This is actually fairly tricky because I'm working down through camera, and I can't imagine how surgeons actually do that. It feels like my hands and my arms are something else. I don't feel attached to what I'm actually seeing, so it's taking me a while to get going here. This is going to be tough, okay, and I'm really pinching this other side here very tightly. Okay, nice sharp new razor there, and who knows what is going to pop out of here. I don't know the gestation time of these spiders. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of silk in this. It's quite a robust thing. Anything could pop out of this. That's what I'm sort of half scared of. I have witnessed an egg sac opening up at home. I studied, there was actually a little while back. I never put the video up on YouTube. I was just curious to see what goes on, and who eats what. Oh my goodness me. Ooh, okay. This doesn't look good. This looks... man, I'm getting goosebumps, guys. This is looking very, very scary. Okay, I don't think this was far from hatching, this one. And I don't know whether any of these spiderlings inside are going to be alive. Oh, man. Yeah, this is a what's inside video like you're never ever going to forget, I can tell you. What's inside a spider egg, hey? A redback spider egg. I dare say the black widows do exactly the same. We're starting to find out, and it's very ugly. One part of me saying this is utterly amazing, there's another part of me which is just shivering in fear here, seeing what I'm seeing. This is the thing with spiders, they have great numbers when they reproduce, and the bulk of these spiders would be killed. It'd be only a couple of these guys are going to go through to full maturity. That is if the predators are about, and I think from what I can see at my place, the predators have been blown away. Yeah, these spiderlings... they look pretty well established. The spider experts are going to tell me what I'm dealing with here. I don't think they were that far from hatching. This is horrific, horrific, scary stuff indeed. Let me just see if I can empty all this out now. Well, I'll say this. I don't think anything's running out of this. I think all of these spiderlings have perished, and I'm absolutely very pleased about that. I know there'll be some people freaking out. But the implications of these guys getting out without the predators around is a lot more than would have survived, and I think we would have been a lot more spider trouble. I'm just going to get this egg sac opened up, man. You want to start counting spiders? And it makes you rethink the count, doesn't it? Because I asked people to count how many females did I find in all those toys in the garden. Well, how many females are in there is the big question. Just trying to relate a size to you that maybe you relate to. The spiderlings are a little bit bigger than a poppy seed. I don't know whether that's going to make any sense, and I'm just trying to relate them to something that most people would know. The egg sac wasn't as tough as the huntsman spider one. It was sort of more woolen. But then again, the spiderlings might have been eating their way out. I think they eat this to get out. Then again, I might be totally wrong. It's only from what I witnessed from another egg sac opening up. See if I could just flush out the spiderlings from the wonderful woven egg sac here, just so I can see spiderlings on the table. I don't think you can sex the spiderlings. Maybe you can. I think they're just going to be too small to work out what exactly is going on. And from what I was reading was that it was the female redbacks. They develop and change over time. I'm sure there'll be a spider expert saying, there'll be someone saying, oh, but Leo, they're all males to start with and then the females develop. There'll be something kooky. But I'll let the people who know what they're talking about tell me in the comments, and you can go down and peruse all of the weirdness that gets said. Oh, I think I've got the bulk of them off. Oh, then again, I haven't, have I? It's getting very messy, that's all I know. Okay, to make any sense of what I've got here, this is like the bulk of the egg sac here. Of course, there's still spiders caught up in it because it's a big webby mess. There was another component here. This thing is very sticky. Whatever that thing there is, it's like a section of the egg sac that it may have been like a little feeding thing in there. I don't know. To me, that was like a little hard, nobulous piece there. Remembering there was that tendrily piece that came off this egg sac. Maybe it was connected to this. Obviously, here are all of the spiderlings, and if you want to count them up, people say that on average there's 250 spiderlings out of a redback spider sac. I'm not going to argue that. No way. Well, I am looking very carefully at these very, very small spiderlings. As for trying to see one sex versus another, I tell you what, I just can't tell. To me, all these spiderlings look the same. Maybe I'll be corrected on that. I'll tell you what, it has been interesting looking inside the redback spider egg sac. Yeah, the fact that there were spiderlings made it even more exciting. Am I sad that I've caused this death of hundreds of redback spiders? I can tell you I'm actually very, very happy. I've got no time for these types of spiders at all. I know you're probably wondering, Leo, what will you do with these spiderlings? Well, I do have a little plan. I'll just get them together. I've got the perfect place for them. Well, I'm pretty sure redback spiders like to eat spiders, and they're going to enjoy their own spiderlings. As for the spiders that are still alive, I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with them. Maybe my lovely audience can help me decide the fate of the redbacks that are still alive. Okay, boys and girls, it's tucker time. You've got some little spiderlings to feed on. Looks like you've bitten these crickets and they're dead. You're going to probably suck them dry. And you got a bit of male and female companionship. Boy, oh boy, anything could happen. I like the feel of a scalpel in my hand. Do you think I could have been a surgeon? I heard that makes some very good money, but apparently you got to be smart. So it counts me out, doesn't it? I have learnt a lot about redback spiders in the videos where I've pulled the spiders out of the toys, and look, I never knew what I was going to find. Okay, normally I thought, well, it's going to be 1 or 2 spiders all over Red Rover, but we've found many more than that. And it's had the family talking about the, be aware of spiders and all the rest of it. This is a normal sort of talk that you get in Australia if you've got backyards and if you're in the right sort of environment for these spiders, which I think is just about all over Australia. The same rules also apply to spiders like black widows, and of course the redback spider is overseas. It's in Japan, I think it's in Belgium. In fact, they're going all over the world. So keep an eye out for the spiders. They're easily identifiable by that red stripe in their back. As silly as this sounds, I am going to put the toys back, some of the toys back in that same spot, under the sort of thought that of keeping your friends close and keep your enemies even closer. I'm pretty sure the spider's going to come along and set back up in the toys again. I'm actually curious how long it's going to take. I'm also wondering, can I get lizards and things back in that are the sort of things that are going to eat the spiderlings? I mean, imagine if that egg sac had hatched. Bang, I've got another, 250 redbacks blown in the wind, finding other areas to set up. Luckily, redbacks are actually very, very selective in where they live. And there's only a couple of spots around the house that I've found redbacks in previous times. And like I said, you'll only find a couple of them. You don't find them en masse. I just hope in all this that we've learned something. Okay, I've certainly learned something. I never expected the videos to bloom out and blossom out into what they've become. I'll probably better come along and seal the jar up and finish this video off. Well, the spiders are actually fairly happy in that jar. Who knows how much longer they've got to live. I better put a lid on the jar and I'll put a lid on the video. As always, thanks for watching and bye for now.